We have a quick question here from a new subscriber saying that recently they've had to deal with some losing trades, a couple of them in a row now, and they wanted to know whether we have any tips on dealing with losing trades. Now, this is actually perfect timing and a perfect day to ask me about this because I just took a loss myself, losing trade today that went south on me very, very quickly. So there's really no easy way to deal with losses, in my opinion. It comes down to your psychology at the end of the day. But I can share a couple of things with you that has helped me. Now, a loss will always be hard to stomach if you have lost more than you feel comfortable with. For example, if you are comfortable with risking 0.5%, 1%, or 2%, or whatever it is, whatever the amount is on a trade, and you end up risking and losing more than that, that you will always have a hard time dealing with those types of trades. So the first thing you want to always do is make sure that whatever you are risking, wherever you have placed your stop loss, that risk that you're taking, make sure that you are really comfortable to lose that amount. So basically, you need to accept the loss before you place the trade. You need to be able to be okay with saying goodbye to that money, because no matter what your conviction level is, no matter how high the probability of that trade is, statistically speaking, every coin toss has a 50-50 chance of handing on heads or tails, right? That means that today, every single trade that you take, no matter what the conviction or the probability is, you still have only a 50-50 chance of succeeding with that trade. So never go into a trade knowing that it will win. You just can't know that. That's why trading is so difficult for some to grasp from a psychological point of view, because it's full of uncertainty. And yes, probability will help you, getting an edge will help you. But at the end of the day, the moment you enter the market, you do open up yourself to uncertainty that you just can't control. And that's risk taking for you. So firstly, always make sure that you accepted that loss entirely. Now, one way that I've always learned to deal with that is by reading a book called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Excellent book. And in this book, he teaches that every trade is basically just a necessary expense like you have in a normal business. So for example, if you run a restaurant, right, you need to pay for your fresh produce. You need to pay for all the ingredients that you use. You need to pay for your staff. You need to pay for your rent. All of those are necessary expenses that you need to take in order to make a profit. And in the same way, our losing trades can be viewed as just that, as necessary expenses. So in that sense, the loss will never be a joyous celebration, right? A business owner is never happy when he needs to pay his wage bill, because it's expensive, but he needs to pay that in order to make a profit in his business, right? So the second thing I can leave you with is that a losing trade should never define you as a trader. Don't ever over leverage on a trade. Um, you know, uh, don't use leverage unless you know what you're doing. And by that, I mean, don't go risking your entire account on a trade just because you think it's a done deal. The best traders in the world, they use leverage, but they still use leverage in a controlled way, right? They're never going to risk the bank on a specific trade. Don't ever do that. Don't try to make it big with one trade. That'll just get you into trouble. You want to have success over a long trading and investing career, and that think about it this way: hedge funds and investment firms and money managers, they will always need to wear the losses, right? But you can't let those losses define you. Some of the gurus out there in the finance game, the unscrupulous ones, will have people believe that trading is just always a winning game all the time. And they place a massive burden on new traders to think that you will never have a losing trade, or you will never have a losing month. But the wake up call is that some of the best hedge funds and investment firms and money managers and fund managers around the world will often have losing trades, and even losing streaks, sometimes stretching over months at end, at a time. So that's quite a normal thing in the finance game that you need to be aware of. Of course, if you are consistently losing money, that is a different story. There might be reasons for you consistently losing money. Maybe your trading methodology isn't what it should be. Maybe you're struggling to find the right type of sentiment shifts to trade from. There can be plenty of reasons, but having a few losing trades, a very small sample of losing trades in a row, that is actually statistically inevitable. So make sure that you're mentally prepared for that to happen, and importantly, make sure that when it happens, you don't lose your head. And if you find yourself right now, I'm not saying that's you, but if you find yourself being angry or upset about those losses, or those few losses in a row, then maybe just take a break. Maybe take a day or two off from trading, take some time to clear your head, and then get back into the game when you're ready for it, when you're up for it. Because trading, in the wrong state of mind already puts you at a massive disadvantage from the get-go. And it usually just ends up having negative implications for you as a trader, for your psychology, for your P&L. So if that's you right now, then maybe just take a break, a day or two, just clear your head, and then get back when you've accepted the loss that or losses that you took. So I hope that helps with the question. Any other ones, as usual, please don't hesitate to let us know.